Hello, and welcome to another episode of Haunted Gaming. Today we're going to be reading through a Super Mario pasta called Luigi, Forgotten. Now what do I expect out of this pasta? I expect the best written story, maybe ever. So without further ado, let's start reading. I am a major fan of Sonic and Shadow the Hedgehog and the others, but I am also a major fan of Mario and Luigi. Luigi is my favorite character from the Mario universe, and so I am always looking for Luigi-related games and attire. Several Saturdays ago, my friend, who will remain anonymous, and I were at my uncle's garage sale. My uncle was a huge gamer all his life and has been my role model all my life. While searching through the hundreds of games he has collected over the years, I noticed one particular game that caught my eye. It was a GameCube game with Luigi on the cover doing a mid-jump pose, and the title was Luigi's Time to Shine. I thought it was a cool looking game and I showed it to my friend. He encouraged me to buy it, even though now, I wish he hadn't. I paid my uncle the money and took the game home, and once I had reached my house, my friend told me goodbye and left, leaving me home alone while my mother was probably at the bar and my father working. I went up to my room, hooked up my GameCube, and put the game in. When the GameCube started up, I noticed that the sound was slightly delayed, but thought nothing of it. The Nintendo logo popped up on the screen with the usual coin sound effect. Luigi's face appeared on the screen and looked happy with a green background. Cheerful music, Yoshi and Mario in the bottom left corner, and Daisy in the top right corner. The words "Press Start" flashed below Luigi's face, and so I did what it said. It brought me to a Select a Save File screen, and I chose the first file. A picture of Mario and Luigi showed up on the screen where Mario was tied up, and Luigi was saying, "I'm sorry, Mario, but sometimes your brother Luigi needs some moments of glory too." I thought that the picture was funny, and the game started up on the first level. This is where things went downhill. The level name was Take What's Yours, and I thought it had meant that someone had kidnapped Daisy, but instead it showed Luigi with a knife up against Mario's throat. Luigi simply said, "Now it's my turn to be the star," and slit Mario's throat. There was a sickening gurgling sound as Mario was gasping for air and died. A cutscene began, and the graphics were that of Super Smash Bros. Brawl, as rain poured out during a dark night and Luigi's silhouette could be seen atop a tower. Lightning flashed and Luigi's face and front could be seen, as well as Luigi holding Mario's corpse above his head. Luigi's eyes were red and had a demonic smile on his face. His gloves were stained with Mario's blood, and his clothes were soaked and wet from the rain. The inhabitants of the Mushroom Kingdom, including Peach, Daisy, Yoshi, and Toadsworth, stared in horror and disgust up at Luigi. Luigi opened his mouth and his words felt like ice down my spine and venom in my ears as he shouted, "Now I am the star of the game. I am the hero. All will bow before me and worship me as king or perish like Mario." Luigi threw down Mario's corpse and it landed with a sickening one crunching thud, and everyone gasped in horror and screamed in terror. Mario was dead. At this, I turned off the game and looked at the cover, but it had changed. Luigi was still smiling, but frowning as if sad. I turned the game off, and the background was entirely black. The title had changed from Luigi's Time to Shine to Why Did You Stop Playing? I took the game out, snapped it in half, and threw it out. I put in my Super Mario Sunshine just for the heck of it, because my GameCube was already out, and I wanted to forget what I saw. I thought to myself, what kind of sick, twisted person would make such a game? And waited for the game to start. Instead of Bowser Jr. doing the laugh at the beginning, it was a demonic version of Luigi laughing. The title screen changed to a black background with the sad Luigi. Luigi's mouth opened and said, "Luigi forgotten, abused, and betrayed. Why don't you want to play with me? I'm so lonely. Why am I the sidekick?" His words were cold and seemed to be longing for something. It seemed as if he wanted an answer from me, but before I could answer, the screen started breaking up. My GameCube shut off. I tried to turn it back on, but it wouldn't. I didn't tell anyone about this, and for days I tried to turn it back on, but it wouldn't. I decided to put it away for a while after that night. I heard a ghostly and soft voice whisper in my dreams, Don't forget old Luigi. Look, I'm sorry. I tried to be as serious as possible when I was reading that, because I want to look at these stories through the eyes of the people who wrote them about 10 years ago. These people poured their hearts and blood and sweat and tears into these stories so that they could have a chance of being on Haunted Gaming. But this one was just too funny. It was so good. That last line that I said, "Don't forget old Luigi," that was not... I did not mess that up. That is actually how it's written. I don't know how he messed that up. It's the last line. You could at least try to end it on a good note, but he completely messed it up. But other than that, if we look at this from an objective point of view, this story is absolutely terrible. There are so many cliches, there are so many things that have been done a billion times before in creepypastas. I got this game at a garage sale. Whenever I first started the game, there was a little glitch, but I didn't really care, whatever. Everything about this just reeks of cliche. Every single thing reeks of cliche. But the way this story is written is so entertaining. Aside from the very slow beginning, or the kind of slow beginning, where it's just a very boring just setup where he got it and then he plays it. You know, nothing really going on there. But the actual game was so entertaining. I like how there's no tension. There is no buildup. The moment you start your save file in this game, Luigi just instantly domes Mario. It's it's so good. There is no buildup or tension, and that makes this story very unique. Or at least I have never seen a story go from 0 to 100 so fast. It just completely goes from choose your save file to I'm gonna fucking kill Mario. It's amazing. It's amazing how quickly it goes to that degree. And because of that, it's entertaining. After the very slow beginning, the part where he plays the game is such a joy to read through. It's so fun to just read what this probably kid, let's be honest, this is probably what a child wrote to try to get into Haunted Gaming. What this child thought was gonna be scary, with with Luigi whining about not being the first guy, or not whining about being the second brother. It's so hilarious. Luigi wasn't even a threat, to be honest. He just kind of screamed and complained a little bit, and then he fucked off, and that's really funny. So to reiterate, if I looked at this pasta from an objective point of view, this would be an easy F, an easy D. But it's so entertaining that I'm going to put it in B. No, you know what? Just for don't forget old Luigi. Just for that, I'll put it in A. But for S rank, I'm going to try to find actual scary things to put in S. If a story is actually scary, I'll put it in S. But if it's entertaining, I'll at least put it in A. And this story was definitely entertaining. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Okay.